Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Get Your Ring Summit. And today we're talking about how to make a man fall head over heels for you. And we have beautiful Elizabeth Berger here. Welcome, darling. Please introduce yourself for everybody who doesn't know you yet.
Hello, twin. Yeah, we did that fun video, right? Where twin, where have you been? Yeah, hi guys. My name's Elizabeth Berger. And I am a dating coach for women who are spiritual, who believe in God, who are Christian. But obviously, this is for anybody. This is for a general audience. So if you guys are not, that is fine. I love working with everybody. And I just help women attract like high effort treatment, the love of their life, the man of their dreams. And my personal journey, I remember I was definitely not here. Like I had to kind of go through this journey on my own. And like I remember probably 10 years of just traveling on my own with no coach, no support, which Ellie, it takes so much longer when you don't have that support. And I used to be that girl. I used to be that girl who just would do everything for the guy, would like drive to him, would pick him up, would go to his place, whatever, just to be super convenient. And I'd never had men investing in me, buying me flowers, taking me on effort romantic dates. And now, through all this growth and transformation, I finally do have that treatment. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping other women get there, because I know where they've been. I've been there myself. And I know that getting that support from a coach definitely helps you to get there much faster than on your own.
Yes, ladies. So tell me in the comments if you resonate with Elizabeth's story. And I was definitely there too. So tell us if you resonate with that or if it only happens to Elizabeth.
Yes, I'm the only person, the only.
Like that name is like, oh. But yeah. So the reason we called this live stream How to Make a Man Fall Head Over Heels for You is because as you after you have watched my live stream before that, you probably know that a man falls for you when he invests in you, when he invests his time, energy, and money in you, right? So a man doesn't really fall in love when he receives from you beautiful dates, beautiful dinners, flowers or whatever. He doesn't. Like you might fall in love with him when he's so kind and sweet and pays for dinners, picks you up, brings you flowers, but he doesn't. He falls in love when he treats you with high effort and kindly, when he invests in you his time, he takes in a date, he invests in you his money, he pays for the date, he buys you flowers, he invests his energy, he thinks about you, he thinks how can make you more happy, how he can, provide a life for you. This is how he falls um head over heels for you. So we're gonna be mostly talking today about you receiving high effort treatment from men, but you must understand that this leads to a man falling head over heels for like head over heels for you. Yeah, like this leads to a man falling for you. Okay, so it's like the step before that, and also it feels good, right, to be in a dating situation where a man treats you so well. Okay, so tell us, dear, for like what will the ladies learn today when they continue watching?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I just want to say I totally agree with you. I was thinking that as well, that when when we as women, we often think that if we do all these things for a guy that he will just do the same things for us. And I've definitely been in scenarios in my life where I remember there was one guy I dated probably in almost 7 years ago. And I remember I made him a little heart-shaped pizza with like little rose petals, and it was so like it was what I wanted. It was what I wanted. And I thought, if I do this for a man, he will fall in love with me. He will do the same for me. And you're right. Men do just not, they just don't fall in love when we do these things for them. They fall
Wow.
in love giving to a woman, right? And so I just wanted to say I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah,
And
and this
yeah,
this
no,
I'm guilty of that too. Like my very first kind of like crush when it was Valentine's Day, I was baking like some cookies for him and I put like heart shape on it. And then I gave it to him. And then it was in high school. And then I realized next day that, oh, he actually was like into another girl. And then I was like crying. So, but then I didn't learn. I didn't learn. I kept continue doing those mistakes until I got the awareness from being coached. But that's another story. But I'm definitely guilty of those heart shape um foods that I was preparing for that guy. Yeah, he so did not fall in love with me. So yeah,
makes sense. Yeah,
yeah,
no, but that's why I'm here, right? Like, so we're here to teach women, first of all, how to embody that self-confidence, that self-esteem. Because usually when we're giving so much to a man, it's usually from a place of feeling unworthy that we can just receive without having to like do all these things. So I'm here to help women feel that grounding level of self-esteem, the boundaries that we need. How do we actually communicate? How do we do this? How does our energy change when we how do we command this without asking a man? Like sometimes you can ask, but definitely yeah, definitely sometimes um the best way to get a man to actually do all those things for you um is not through doing things for him. There's other ways that we communicate. And that's what I'm here to teach women. And that's what I'm going to be promoting today is a program that helps women to figure out how they can do that. Yeah, how they can
great.
do it without feeling like, they have to do all these things. No, there's a whole other way. There's a whole other way.
That sounds good. So, ladies, stay tuned with us today. You will learn how to raise your self-esteem, and Ilse is going to do at the end um embodied meditation visualization so that you feel like really worthy of asking for what you want, really receiving that amazing treatment because it's one thing to want it and one thing to be able to receive that. I remember back then when I was so used to just giving, giving, giving and being treated badly. The first time when I went on out with a guy who treated me kind of well, really well, he told me, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And I was like, what's wrong with this guy? He's so kind to me. Like, really, I just felt so unworthy that I thought something's wrong with him. So that's why we're gonna be doing this embodied meditation and visualization at the end. So stay tuned. And this is something you can also use every day, especially before a date, to get into the feeling of worthiness. It's so important that you feel worthy of having those things. And actually, this work never stops. Even right now, this year, me myself, I am trying to expand my container of receiving more love. I'm in a really good place, but I want to just receive more love, more money, more being able to hold more attention. And at this stage, I still need to do those embodied um meditations and visualizations so that I feel like, yeah, I am worthy of more. I am. So it's literally something that you can use every day. Okay. Can you tell us one example of maybe from your life or maybe from one of your clients that you know where they had this low effort treatment and the guy obviously didn't fall in love and then they leveled up to having high effort treatment and then the guy fell head over heels for them?
Yes. So I had a client that she did actually have a relationship. Now, just because you're in a relationship right now doesn't mean that the same guy can't treat you better than he did. But she was having a guy that was like she was driving to his place all the time. She was taking care of all of his bills. She was he never really did anything for her, never really got her any flowers, never really wanted to just do anything for her. And she just felt so unloved. And then she came to me, and just within a few sessions, we just worked on her self-esteem, her self-confidence, feeling worthy, and some ways that she can communicate as a feminine woman to get this high effort treatment. And then she did come to a place where the same man she was willing to walk away from him, like sort of detached, but still loved him. And then that's when he sort of started to give her that high effort treatment, because she started to embody this support that she has from God, this love that she has from God and from herself. It was within her, and he started to reflect that back in their relationship. Now he buys her flowers. Now he takes her on all these romantic dates, and I'm sure that she's on her way to a proposal soon. Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I can definitely relate that with so many of my clients, also the same guy stepping up into providing, into proposing, to treating the woman good when she actually start feeling worthy. And this is what I always tell my clients. If you don't believe you're worthy of that, he cannot give it to you. He cannot give you the flowers or be kind to you because you don't believe that you feel worthy of that. Even if the guy would do it, you would reject it. And I was like that too. Remember, like I shared, I was rejecting that kind guy because I was like, am I really worthy of that? Obviously, I didn't think like that, but subconsciously, I didn't feel comfortable with being treated so nice. I felt comfortable with being mistreated. Can you believe that? But then I also remember the same guy I was dating years ago as well. He refused to buy me like for $1 water or something like that. And then I started to do exactly this work that we're gonna be talking about today. And within a week or two, he paid for like $500 vacation for me within 1 week. We went from not paying for one to 500. I was like this was like my first moment where I was like, what? When I have this deep connection to myself, to God, to the universe, when I really believe, yes, I am worthy of that, like men just reflect that. And it's just so beautiful. And again, me and Ilse, we are the first one to admit that we had been there to have the low effort treatment. And that is why we found out a way to be treated with love and kind and now sharing this with you. Okay. So um tell me, dear, so what kind of problems usually occur in dating when women are dating and then they have this low effort treatment? What kind of problems happen? What do you see usually in your clients?
Yeah, it's usually a lot of men. Sometimes when we don't feel worthy of like that love, that commitment from a man, I see a lot of women who are, maybe they're good women, maybe they're good Christian women, or like whatever you are, and they want this love, they want this commitment, and then they just keep going on the dating apps and they're attracting men that just are, just looking for sex. They don't really want a commitment, they don't want anything more, and they're just not really respecting these women's boundaries. They're even acting rude to the woman when she has boundaries, like, what, you don't want to have sex with me right now, like, how dare you? So I think that's like the worst. Is That's what I see a lot in my clients. They come to me when maybe they've been through fresh heartbreak, maybe they're just struggling and frustrated of dating over and over and just not finding any real commitment. That is a big problem I see a lot.
Yeah, that is so painful. And I love that you bring this up. I love that you bring this up. It's just and it is really so painful when a woman has a boundary. She values herself. She doesn't want to do the intimacy, or she doesn't even want to like drive to the guy. And then the guy starts acting out like, what? Why you don't want to come to see me? Why don't want to come to my home? Why do you want to have like intimacy? Like literally being mean to the woman. And that's just so painful. So what do you think? Like, why is it happening to the lady? And I, by the way, was there too years ago. So when you level up to a certain point, like this rude behavior doesn't happen to you anymore. You just simply don't attract it anymore. But there is a specific journey why it happens and how to get to the point where people just don't act rude anymore. So what do you think is the reason, and how can a woman get from being treated rude to like not even being a match for that?
Yes, I think a big part of it is just not being available for that kind of treatment. Oh my gosh, like if anyone would ever dare to speak that way to me, I would just hang up. I would just leave right away. And I think that men respond to that. They can sense your energy. I feel like we're all somewhat connected to each other. And when if they know that if they did something to disrespect you right away, I'm gone. I'm not taking that. I'm not just going to stay around. And being a woman who holds her integrity, holds herself so that and feels supported, that knowing that God has a better man out there for you, knowing that there is so much better out there. So why are you with this person that isn't respecting you? Why are you available for this treatment? Why are you still staying here, standing, letting them attack you, hurt you, emotionally abuse you, whatever it is?
Wow, so beautifully said. It's about being available for that, right? And when you really are unavailable for that, like you know yourself that if a guy is so rude to you, you would immediately leave. If a guy is so low effort, you know, just want you to come over to his place, you would just not even entertain this. You will either immediately leave or you will not even attract guys like that because men can smell your energy. And when I stopped being available for this behavior, I just started taking zero negative behavior or even like low effort behavior. I'm not available for that. No. Like men started to tell me, you're the woman, I can feel that if I do something wrong, you just would be gone like immediately. Like they would just tell me this. I never ever set a boundary. I never said anything, but they could just tell from my energy that I cannot mess with her. Like, no, not with her.
And that's why we need coaching or communities or courses to keep us accountable, because sometimes when you're not used to setting a boundary, you really need that, like you need someone to be like, hey, remember your boundary, like remember. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I don't know who had it on Instagram. Maybe it was even you, but I saw this one picture with yeah, like a lady or a lady had like or maybe it was a kid, had like a little teddy bear, and then God was there in between, had like a big teddy bear behind, right? And then I was definitely in a situation where, you know, I had like these rude guys around, like this rude guy who didn't want to even commit for girlfriend, boyfriend, who didn't want to, you know, pay for this $1 water bottle, like really rude, telling me I'm ugly, literally like really rude behavior. Like, okay, so we're talking here about low effort to high effort, but I had like rude behavior. And then it was like a really little, probably already very destroyed teddy bear. But then I didn't want to give it away. I was like, no, I'd much rather have him than nothing. And I didn't know that God actually has like a really amazing big teddy bear for me. So, do you think that women also feel afraid to just be alone? That's why they hang on like those little crumbs what they have from one guy.
Yes, I think it is. I know exactly what thing you're talking about, right? Like there's a girl holding on to a teddy, and then like God is like he has a big teddy behind his
Yeah.
back. He's just trust me, like I have something way better for you. I think, yeah, I think it comes from a lack of trust, that trust in God, trust in the universe if you don't believe in God, that like trust that something way better is coming. Trust that God didn't give you this desire for no reason. He didn't give you this desire in your heart that you want to have a loving, happy marriage for no reason, just to torture you. No, this is here for a reason. This is here. So I think it's always you're right, like from a place of not trusting that anything better is going to come, and just kind of accepting what you have, the bare minimum of what is available right now.
Yeah, that's so true. And why do you think, you know, what why do you think women step up and then, you know, drive to the guy and call him, text him when he doesn't do it? Like, why do you think women step up and why is it that bad? And what should they do instead if a guy doesn't call and text and doesn't show interest?
Yes, I mean, I've been guilty of this, right? So I think it's from speaking about myself, it's from a place of needing to control, because again, you don't trust the people around you, you don't trust that God has something better. So you feel the need to control, and you're stepping into your masculine energy, right? Like that you feel, I need to do everything because nobody's going to be here, no one's going to do it better than me. And like, that's something I'm still working on every single day, right? Like you said, it's a daily practice that we're working on, is trusting, letting go, feeling supported. Feeling supported is a lifelong journey. And so I think that's where it comes from. It comes from a feeling of, oh, maybe I'm not worthy, and maybe I need to control so that everything goes the way I want it to. But what if something better is coming if you just let men? And you asked, what do we do if they don't text? Well, I just really believe in not forcing anything, just like kind of allowing yourself to lean back, and whatever comes to you is meant for you. And whatever isn't coming, then just let it be. Because when we force things, sometimes we get in the way of whatever God is planning for our lives.
Exactly. I love that. And I think another reason why women actually do step up and drive to the guy and text him and, go to see him is because of the conditioning. Like we are empowered women. When we want something, we make it work. We want to have money, we get a job, we get education. We want to make something happen. We simply make it work. And I think also in dating, we need a different strategy. And so whenever something isn't working, right? Like when the guy didn't schedule a date, I think these days women think, okay, let me just make it work. I can make it work because I'm an empowered woman. And yes, you are. But then if you do it, if you actually are the one who calls, if you are the one who texts, if you are the one who plans a date, you actually take away the possibility for the man to give you this high effort treatment. You take, like, let me say it again, you take away the possibility for the man to treat you this way. And I know that women might be say in this situation, but if I don't do it, he will not do it. If I don't do it, then he will also not do it. Well, if he's not gonna do it, then do you even want him? Do you want someone who has a low effort treatment towards you? He will not change in the future. Do you want a lifetime with a man, like even a marriage or a lifetime with a man where you always have to reach out to him? You have to make everything work. So do you even want him if he doesn't step up? But then when you say, no, I don't want him, right? You will meet someone that will take the lead. So your job isn't to make it work, it's actually to be patient and wait. And I know it's sometimes very hard because you don't, like, just like Ilza said, maybe you don't trust that he will do it, or you don't feel worthy of that. But when you allow the space and you let the man step up, you let the man actually call and text and plan the dates and bring you flowers and be kind to you. First of all, he will fall head over heels for you because this is how men fall in love when they invest. Secondly, you will feel good. And you will also notice that, hey, there are men out there who can do it, but I really have to be patient and give him the space to step up. And sometimes it takes a few hours or even days until a man realizes, okay, she really will not text me, so let me take the lead.
Absolutely. I feel this is why, I mean, I'm going to be promoting my course today. A lot of this is going to be a lot of what we're talking about, and how to communicate with men, how to understand men is in my course. But absolutely, men
What's your course
are,
name?
yes, my course. It's Queen Treatment Cheat Codes that I'm promoting today. But and like in it I do talk about this. I talk about how men are completely, they're so different from us. Like if we go into that like abandonment fear, and that like, and it usually comes from anxiety too, where you're like, oh, I need this movement to go really fast, there's no patience, then you don't let him step up. And also like, men are in power saving mode most of the time.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, because they have like their testosterone, and they're different, like the way their body is, the way their body chemistry, they respond differently to challenges than we do as women. So that's why you have to be really patient with them. Sometimes you have to give them a couple of days to kind of, and you never know, like men think a lot. I remember I dated this guy, and he was and I thought, oh, he's taking 2 days to text me back about something. And then he texted me and he was like, oh, I was thinking about this and this and this, and I was planning this trip for us, and I was planning this. And I was like, oh, wow, he was doing a lot of thinking. I just didn't see it. I was just, that breathing room gives you room for that.
Yes, yes. And men they actually, it's true, they are in energy saving mode. And that is why when you are doing the planning the dates, you are treating him kindly, he will not do it back. He will not, because first of all, he's in energy saving mode. He's like, great, you planned the date, good. I don't have to do it. And secondly, it's about polarity. So when you are the doer, he will be the one who is in his being energy. So that's why it's so important, even if in your private life you always take the lead, you make things work, which is great. But that's why it's so important for you to give him the space and not reach out, not call, and not plan the date, and trusting the right man will step up, and also feeling worthy. So, can you share with us what else can women, and obviously a lot of that will be also in your course, right? You said it's called Cheat Codes for Queens,
Yeah, queen treatment cheat codes. Yeah.
treatment cheat codes. But can you already give us a little insight into this course? Maybe like a few tips and tricks for the ladies already here in this live stream?
Absolutely. Well, at the end of this call, something that is included, and you guys will see when we drop the link in the comments what is available on the sales page for this course, all the things that are going to be included. But something I do love to do is I love embodiment work. I don't believe in just talking about our problems, because I believe that our nervous system is also needs to be addressed. And I also do a master's in psychology. So like I do that in my psychology work as well, but my coaching business is separate. So yeah, like that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do power poses, we're going to do embodiment, and we're going to do breath work, because we need that. And that's something that I include in my course as well in much more depth. And obviously, again, we're going to be learning about communicating. You and I have very different, very similar philosophies about like feminine and masculine energy. And like, and again, all these things are going to be in the Queen Treatment Cheat Codes course that I'm releasing today at a very special price. Actually, I can't believe I'm giving it away for this price, but for your summit, I wanted to give the girls something little that they could go walk away with. So I'm just giving it away
So
for
she
50.
means little price, but that course is going to actually be really life-changing. But compared to the price points of the other coaches, it is very little. Yes, it is like something you have to grab, definitely, but that course is going to be life-changing. Yes. So you said you're going to be learning about the communication from a grounded and thoughtful place. That sounds good. Yes. Being grounded is so, so important. And we can give you all of the tips and tricks, tools how to communicate, but really when your energy is grounded and worthy, that makes the biggest difference. Like imagine if I'm right now on this call, like feeling panicky or scared or something like that, you would notice that. No matter even if I say the same thing, you would notice that. But because I feel quite relaxed and grounded and empowered, like everything I'm saying has such a different impact and a different energy, right? So um definitely it has a big, big, big impact. And I remember I had like even videos years ago where I was very scared to go live, and yeah, I deleted all of them, but it is a difference. So you have to be very grounded, and it includes those grounding exercises in her course, but we're also gonna do a meditation in a second. Then you are also not sharing something about um leveling up the self-worth and self-love rooted in Christ, right?
Yeah, in God. In God. Yeah.
Yeah, in God. Okay, so can you share more about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what we've already been talking about, in terms of like uh feeling supported by God. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So being supported by God, definitely. That's so beautiful. Yes. And um I myself had like always putting like one thing on one guy and being like, oh, if he doesn't do it, who will help me? Who will support me? Or who will do it for me? And I realized that, when we feel supported, there's like so many ways. I even saw one Instagram post also that I really love. And again, if you don't believe in God, you can like talk about universe or whatever. And it was saying, if there's no way, God will find a way or make a way, something like that. So yeah, it's so true. Okay, and the last step that you will be also teaching in that course is setting boundaries, right? What we already talked about, being no longer available for that bad or low effort treatment and only being available for high effort treatment, right?
Yes, and I think a lot of people feel bad about setting boundaries, but actually, boundaries protect your relationship with that other person. And it's a good thing. It's because you love that person that you are setting that boundary, because you want the relationship to be thriving and healthy.
Yes, this is just so important. And boundaries it's easy to say, but it was definitely for me years ago, one of the hardest thing to do. It was just one of the hardest thing to do because I don't even know why, but it was just so hard. But I feel like it's like a muscle as well. You need to have like an instruction how to work it out and then just do it and practice it. And the more often you do it, the easier it gets. Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so okay, so I guess we can do the meditation. So this is going to be an embodied meditation. So that means that, again, you know what's best for your body and what you need, but I would invite you to do the actual poses with me, whether you're sitting or standing. And I'm just going to go back a little bit so that I might be standing as well. Yeah, you know what? I feel like standing, so I'm just going to stand for this. But this is some body grounding meditations and breath work and power poses. Power poses, they really impact our levels of cortisol, which is your stress levels. And doing these poses can, like, this is what I did literally before I did this talk, because live talking also makes me nervous. So it helps a lot with your, like, whenever you have to do something stressful, maybe you're about to go on a date, maybe you're about to go on a job interview, and you just need some extra confidence. And this has been proven to definitely raise your confidence. So, if you ladies feel like staying seated or standing, whatever feels good for you, I just want you to take a moment, and we're just gonna take 3 breaths. Just gonna You can put your hands wherever it feels good. I'm putting them on my stomach, and I just want you to have a wide stance, pelvis forward, chest out, and we're just gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then for this last breath, I just want you to tighten your fists, tighten your toes, your fingers, tighten your whole body, and breathe in with that. And with that exhalation, we're going to let go of any tension that we might be feeling. And you can even shake that out if that feels good for you. I just want you to also take a moment to feel your feet so firmly planted on the ground, so supported. Your stance wide. And you can lower your gaze or close your eyes, whatever feels good for you right now. You know what your body needs. And I just want you to see yourself as a tree, so firmly grounded and rooted on the floor. And this is our first power pose. We're going to raise our hands to the sky, fingers stretched out wide, seeing yourself as a tree between heaven and earth. So expansive, so wide. You can sway a little bit if that feels good. whatever you need right now. Just feeling so big, so worthy. And when you're ready, you can bring your arms down. And the final thing we're going to do is called the Wonder Woman pose. So this is where your chest is out, your fists are on your hips. You can shake your hips a little bit if that feels good. And doing this pose for 2 minutes, once again, it releases stress and it actually makes your pain tolerance higher and a whole bunch of other things that you can do. So just want you to feel like so strong right now. This moment is for you. And while we're standing like this, I want you to take one more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Feel strong, feel powerful. And finally, we're going to take one more deep breath in. And finally, one final breath out. And we've been doing this pose for 2 minutes now, so that really helps. That's what I do, and I always shake it out at the end. But that's power poses. And again, they really help. And I do lots of exercises like this in my course.
Wow, I love it. I already feel so refreshed. I love it so much. And actually, I do exercises like that a lot, especially before and after work as well with my clients, just because it really gets me into the highest energy I can. And obviously, I love my clients, but oftentimes I work with clients with like a little bit lower energy. So I have to like keep my high energy up so that I can like bring them up. But obviously, it also really helps in dating where you feel empowered, you feel worthy, you feel loved, you feel like the energy is moving. And then guys will literally reflect that on a date. So ladies, let us know in the comments how you feel after this exercise. And then Ilse, you can share with us the special timeline for for your course and when the price goes up and all of that details about your course.
Yes, for sure. So ladies, again, like I said, I'm selling it for super cheap today because I just wanted to give Ellie and all of her like people something special for this summit. It's just going to be $50. That's it. Like the price of a night out, and for that you can literally find the love of your life. You can enter, like, I think that's worth way more than $50, but that's what I'm releasing it for today. It's definitely going to go up, but the promotion is going on for a week. And then after that, it's going to go up. It's 80% off the price right now. It's going to be $250 after that. So if you ladies feel called and you really liked the stuff that was happening today, the energy, what we talked about, and you are looking for just something little to take away from this summit, that is what I'm giving away today.
Beautiful. I'm dropping the link right now in the comments so you can go check it out. And thank you so much for being so generous with my audience and for everybody who joined the summit. So ladies, grab it. And yeah, like Ilse is just so generous, and obviously all our coaches are amazing too, but that's like the most generous offer you could get from the summit. So grab it. It's right now highly discounted for a week, and you're gonna have so much out of that. And Ilse will guide you towards you attracting high effort treatment for men, which automatically make you feel like a queen on dates and will make a man fall head over heels for you. And you know, who doesn't want that? Like,
Absolutely, high effort treatment. And I love this because again, me and Ellie, we both have I feel like we have very similar values. And so if you are like wherever you are, all the clients and all the coaches that have talked in this summit, we all have very similar values in terms of masculine and feminine energy. So I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me. And I just love being around such amazing coaches that have such similar values when it comes to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I picked only women who I feel like they're so aligned to my message, my teaching, yeah, empowering women. And so thank you for being here. Is there anything else you would like to share? Otherwise, we would wrap it up.
No, that's all good. Thank you so much for having me, dear. And thank you for putting together this event for women. You always inspire me. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, me and Ilse, we are actually like real life friends. So
Oh,
we have a lot to share and a lot in common. Love you too. Love you all, ladies. Check out Ilse's offer like for a week. It's 80% off. And say hi in the comments, even if you watch the replay. And see you around.